Life can throw crazy curveballs your way and you never know what tomorrow will bring, but one thing you can do is try to be prepared. Pretty and Prepared is a podcast hosted by me, Pamela Valdez, all about being the best version of yourself while preparing for the life you want and deserve. With this podcast, we are targeting millennials, content creators, students, creative individuals, and more looking to gain insight on all things social media, living your best life, self-confidence, love, building your career from the ground up, landing internships, secrets to working with brands, and so much more. Tune in every Monday at 8 a.m. for a brand new episode. Hello guys, welcome back to Pretty and Prepared podcast. Today we are talking all about brand events, things that happen at these events, goodie bags, meeting other influencers, and more. I have been a content creator since June 2020, so for almost 3 years now, and I have been to well over a dozen influencer events. So if you are curious about what happens at these events, or maybe you are getting invited to your first one and you don't know what to expect, this episode is for you. We're getting right into it today, and we are first going to be talking about how I get invited to these brand events in the first place, as well as what to expect when you are arriving. There are 4 ways that you can go about getting invited to events, and this includes either the brand themselves inviting you. You find the event online for free, whether it is, for example, something like the Allure store in New York. They always have free events that you can find online. So that is the second way. Third way is you go with a friend if they are an influencer, or maybe you know somebody in PR. And lastly is pitching yourself to brands and asking if there are any upcoming events. I typically get invited through email, so this is usually just somebody reaching out to me, but a lot of the times I also sometimes get DMs from brands or PR people. It is very little, and it doesn't really happen that much where I will get a DM, but that is also another way where you can get invites, but a majority of my inbound invites are usually through email. Something else that I think is very important to note is that you need to be following people on social media that work in the social media industry or in that whole PR world. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of the times these people will post when a new event is going on. For example, I follow a lot of girls that work on the Rare Beauty team. And you guys know Rare Beauty has amazing events and they always do them so beautiful. And following these girls online, seeing the way that these events come to life, I feel like is a really nice way to look at it in another perspective that's not an influencer, but someone who's actually like on the team working with the company. An example is, this isn't an event, but I actually follow a lot of PR people for certain brands online, such as Shiseido, Dior, Sporty and Rich, Sunday Riley, etc. And when I follow these people and they follow me back, we start being active on each other's content, and you know, it hopefully brings me to their radar. And because of me doing this, I've actually had some of these PR people DM me and asked if they could send me some goodie bags because they've seen me promoting my own content and what I do in my life. Or I'd sometimes can just connect with them on a personal level and they'll just shoot me a DM and say, hey, would love to chat, you know, about what you do, etc. And now for the part of when it comes to getting invited to these actual events and what I like, how do you even get to them? So you can either get an Uber code from the brand or you can just find your way there through the train. I love when brands send Uber codes because I am all the way in Jersey. So being able to have just a safe commute all the way from here to New York is the best. And I remember a few months back, I had an event with the Lip Bar, and the founder, her name is Melissa Butler. She was a partner. I think she still is like a Cadillac partner, and she had everyone get picked up in Cadillacs. Like we had personal chauffeurs, and that was all set up, and they came to our location and then drove us all the way back out to New York. And it was such an amazing experience just having a car come and pick you up in front of your house and then bring you back home. Like it is just the best feeling. So I truly appreciate when brands do that. Arriving at these events is always the most nerve-wracking part because you don't know who is going to be there. You wonder if you're wearing the right outfit. Like you want to get content, but you don't want people staring at you. Like your mind is truly running a mile a minute. And I am so shy when it comes to going to these events too. But that is why I always do research beforehand because I want to make sure that I'm matching the vibe and the aesthetic with my outfit. Like if I am going to a restaurant, I'm not gonna show up in like a full-on ball gown, but if I'm going to an area that's a little bit nicer, then I definitely want to dress it up a little bit more with some boots and not just some pair of jeans. Another thing to note is that there are always photographers at these events, so make sure you look your best or that you ask to not be photographed if you see photographers, because a lot of the times you are probably going to end up on their social media pages. A few weeks back, I went to an event with Thayers, and there was photographers and a bunch of girls just like reposting Thayer's content like on their social medias, and Thayer's was reposting all of it onto their Instagram story. So I saw myself like a few times in between the Thayer story, so definitely be aware of that. Moving on to gift bags, meeting other influencers, shooting content, and some networking tips. So gift bags are probably my favorite part of going to events because some brands, like, they really hook it up with your little gift bags. I know when I went to the Thayers event a few weeks ago, it was a cake making class at Milk Bar. So we were all gifted the base Weekender tote, which all of the girlies have. We also got Stanley Cups, which, if you guys know the hype around Stanley Cups, like, I feel like everyone who has their life together has a Stanley Cup. And so we got gifted one of those that matched the base bag. And then, of course, we got the Thayer skincare products, which we were promoting, and then a skincare headband. But that gift bag was truly impeccable. Like, I have been wanting that base bag for so long, and getting it was just unreal. And then a few months ago, back in January, I went to an event with this company called Write Your Own Story. They had just launched, and they were having this event at a restaurant. And in the front of the restaurant, it was just all about promoting the brand. There was a little photo shoot area, and there was a shoelace, like, decorating class. Not a class, but there was a little section where there was a bunch of charms and then different shoelaces that you can add onto it. And there was open bar, food, drinks, all that stuff. It was really, really cute. And then in the back of the event, there was a build your own duffel bag / like goodie bag station. So we had the entire product line. We were gifted that in a little makeup travel bag. We got some passport stickers, suitcase tags, a journal, and more. And I have all of these events, by the way, vlogged on my YouTube channel. I got a camera back in November for Black Friday. So basically from December and on, I've just been vlogging every single event that I've been going to because the events are just amazing, and I want to take you guys obviously on like longer form content. So if you want to see the Thayers event and the Write Your Own Story, I have 2 vlogs already up on that. And I also went to a New York Fashion Week kickoff event with a skincare line called Sekisei. This was back in September, and it was at a spa called The Well. So we were gifted the entire skincare line. There was food, there was drinks, and we had the mini yoga meditation session. So we went into a room, there was all the little yoga mats, and then there was the girl who was leading the class. She had a little, not a bong, but she had those things where it makes like a really loud sound, and it's supposed to be very relaxing, and it was, and she was just dragging the stick around in a circle. I don't know the name of this, so it sounds really stupid like the way that I'm explaining it, but it was so relaxing, and truly just what a great way to kick off New York Fashion Week, because it is a very stressful week. The Allure store in New York also always has very cute events for free where you can get some goodie bags full of skincare, hair care, self-care, like all that little fun goodies. I have been to quite a few events at the Allure store, so I definitely know that they have really good goodie bags. And if you make good friends with the people at the Allure store themselves, or you connect with the agencies that work with the Allure store, they sometimes send you goodie bags of all the stuff that they carry in store. And this can be literally like tons of makeup, face masks, hair care stuff. I've gotten a few Allure store goodie like gift bags, and they have all been 10 out of 10. Meeting other influencers at events is always really good, and I've stayed in touch with so many girls from these events that I've met months ago. We still engage and talk to each other and are active on each other's social media. You just feel so safe around other influencers and people in the same industry as you. Obviously, it depends on the kind of person, because I have seen a lot of influencer horror stories that I'm glad that I did not meet influencers like that, and I've never had a bad influencer encounter. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. But when you're in these areas and you meet really awesome, genuine women, and obviously, of course, like men, you just feel so safe. It's such a good little safe space to just connect. And as for some networking tips, I feel like I've definitely mastered a little bit when it comes to networking and talking to PR people. I can give you guys a few examples of some events that I've been to where I was able to network. And another thing to note is that a lot of the times that the people that go and put together these events, it's not really the brand themselves. A lot of the time, these companies work with agencies that help put everything together. So, for example, the event with the lip bar, it was not the lip bar directly that reached out to me. It was a PR agency that works with the lip bar as one of their clients, and the lip bar was the one who reached out to the agency, was like, listen, I'm having this event. How can we get the girls here? How can we put this together? And that is essentially how it came to be. And a lot of these agencies will, like I said, take on big brands as their clients. And again, theirs themselves did not reach out to me and say, we want to work with you. We want you to come to this event. It was an agency that has theirs as one of their clients and said, hey, we're having this event. We'll send you an Uber code, etc., etc. Like, do you want to come? I connected with one of the girls from a PR agency at the Write Your Own Story event back in January, and I was just so honest and straight up. I was like, listen, I'm in college. I want to work in PR after I graduate. How can I get a job like you? And she told me a story about how she got her job that I think was so unique and also kind of funny in a way. And she told me that she has no background in PR experience whatsoever. She was like an ex-theater student. She got her degree in that whole like theater world, and she was working as a personal trainer when one of her clients came up to her and was like, do you want to intern / like work temporarily with me at my PR firm? And that was essentially how she got her foot in the door. And we exchanged emails and LinkedIn profiles, and she was like, reach out to me if you want an internship for the summer. I'll see what we're doing, and of course after graduation if we are hiring. I also went to an event with Winky Lux, a makeup brand. We had an influencer brand dinner, and at this event, I was able to talk with the founder. She is so sweet. Her name's Natalie, and we exchanged social media, exchanged information, and I told her about like my whole social media journey, that I'm still in college, and she talked about staying in touch with all of us and having a possible brand trip in the summer, and that if I ever want a job in the beauty industry to contact her after I graduate, and that if I'm already in events and in spaces like this where I'm meeting girls who are already in the beauty industry and other content creators at my age, then I already have my foot in the door, and I'm already headed in the right direction, and I'm only just going to get further and further. And I think that is so true, because influencer events are really something that are once in a lifetime opportunities, because you can either meet such amazing people there and connect and change your whole life, or you can get invited to an event and not take advantage at all of the people there. Like, a lot of people think that when you go to influencer events, it's really just to take you pictures and get free stuff and, meet other creators. But in reality, that is all just the fluffy top part of it all. There's that whole underlayer of the people that work these events and help bring it to life that we really should be connecting with. This doesn't mean like don't go and connect with other influencers, because 100% do that too, like make other friends in the influencer industry. But at the same time, if you are looking for connections, if you are looking to network, and maybe you want something a little bit better for yourself from where you currently are right now, like I know that even though I'm in college, I do want to get a job in PR after I graduate. I'm going to start building those connections now, so when I reach out, it's not like just me reaching out of the blue and I'm like, hey, like, do you have a job for me? It's like, no, I was already talking with them beforehand, working up to that, and maybe I will stick long enough in their mind so that they know if there ever is an open position, they can always reach out to me. So the lesson behind all of this is do not be afraid to go up and connect with people. Be open, exchange social media accounts and emails. Go to events, even if you go alone, because you never know who you can meet, and post as much content as you can online to start really getting your foot in the door and make a lot of connections. To summarize today's episode, put yourself out there to get invited to brand events, post a ton of content online so brands and PR people can see your content and want to invite you. Connect and follow brand/PR people who work at the brands you love and see what they post online. Connect with them on LinkedIn. Do research beforehand when you're going to events because you always want to match the vibe and the aesthetic, especially if you might possibly get photographed. And lastly is have fun, make the most of your time at these events because getting the chance to go to these opportunities are really once in a lifetime opportunities, and you want to make sure that you are grabbing every single ounce of that you can and doing everything that you can to achieve the life that you want. Thank you guys so much for listening to Pretty and Prepared, and make sure to tune in every Monday for new episodes at 8 a.m. and my DMs are open for any podcast episode ideas you guys have, or if you guys just want to talk, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.